Hey, what's up, guys? Night Sky back again with another episode of the SkyCast, and this week's episode is none other than ShyGuyStef.
Hello, what's up?
Yo, Steph, it's an honor to have you on this SkyCast, bro.
Dude, thank you. It's been a while. It's been a little, process trying to get this to happen, but we finally got it. I'm really glad.
Oh
Thank you for
yeah,
having me.
yeah, no problem.
Awesome,
Um,
man.
so correct me if I'm mistaken, but were you and the Lits were the first two members of N10 Plus that we added, right?
That is correct. Yeah, it was the Litz and I back in like October, I would say. I think that's when it was. So
Yeah.
a few months back. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So for those of you who don't know, N10 Plus is basically an extension of N10, but instead of the original 10 members, we're adding on continuously, which actually we haven't added on in a while. We might add someone soon
yeah,
enough.
maybe soon.
But you never know. But yeah, so Steph was one of the original people that we added to create the N10 Plus community and things like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, like wait, no, not I'm not gonna be honest. No, wait, wrong thing. Let me ask you this: how do you like N10 Plus, or just N10 as a whole?
Dude, I really, really love the N10 community. Like, I love the people within N10, and I also love the community that the N10, group has been able to form through YouTube and, the Discord servers and stuff. And I'm just really, really thankful to be a part of that. And because I feel like that's like a whole group of people who just, love the same thing. They can bond over the same thing, which is like their love of all of Nintendo, the whole Nintendo world,
Yeah.
all the games and products that they make. So it's really cool being able to be a part of such a supportive group of people who enjoy the thing that you like, the same things that you like. So it's really cool. The N10 group itself is super awesome, amazing content creators and great friends, and I'm so lucky to be able to call them friends now. And they're just really, really awesome people.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. And I get the
Yeah,
same vibes as well, having not just like the group, but also the whole community of people who love the same things that you do when it comes to Nintendo and all that.
yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
So yeah. Now actually, funny story. Usually when I talk about like how I met the other N10 members, I usually say like, "Oh, I had no idea who you were." But
Yeah.
with you, that's kind of a different case because
Ooh.
I somewhat knew who you were. Like I saw
Ah.
like one or two of your videos or whatever. But then it was one of those nights, maybe in September or October. It was after a
Yeah.
stream. Me and Likachu were in the N10 uh, general chat or whatever, and people were just joining in and
Yeah.
talking.
I
And
remember that.
I feel like it was I might have left or I just caught like the beginning of your conversation with Linkachu, but that's all I
Uh-huh.
remember, like an actual interaction with you. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, like we were talking about discussing who he should add, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Shy Guy Steph." I'm like, "That's perfect. That's a great idea."
Dude. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I remember that night too. That was like that was like back in October, I think, because
Yeah.
the way it all started for me was I've loved Nintendo for like my whole life and I've grown up on it, so it's been like a really big part of my childhood and my life now because I still love it. But the way it happened was I was randomly, on like a late night YouTube tangent or whatever, and I just stumble upon like one of Linkachu's videos, I think.
Yeah.
Some video that he made. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like one of his room tours or whatever. And I saw that video and I was like, whoa, this guy seems pretty cool. So I started like binging a bunch of his videos. Like, shout out to Linkachu, by the way, cool dude. I started binging a bunch of his videos and I was like, yo, this dude's actually really cool. And then he posts this video just called N10. I'm like, what is N10? Like, what is this?
Ah,
So I
okay.
had no idea what that was. And then I see that they're kind of this group of these Nintendo YouTubers. So I was like, hey, I kind of want to become a Nintendo YouTuber because at that point I hadn't been making videos. And
Mm.
Linkachu and like the rest of N10 were like the people who actually inspired me to, actually like make videos seriously and like actually try to, become this Nintendo YouTuber that I am now somewhat. But so I started watching a bunch of his videos. I saw his N10 video. I was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. At that point, there wasn't that much information on N10 as the group, or no, maybe there was because it had like just because I was watching his earlier videos when he just announced it. So I saw
Oh,
the
okay.
announcement video, and
Yeah.
then I saw all the members, and I went through and watched all of the members' videos, and I remember watching your early videos, and I saw like your con vlogs and stuff like that,
Oh
where
yeah.
and yeah, so I was like, dude, these people are so cool. And that night, I was like, man, one day I'm gonna be part of this group. I don't know how
Dude,
it's gonna
that's
happen,
crazy.
but one day I'm gonna be a part of this group. And then fast forward to what Knight was just talking about, where one day after Link2's stream or whatever, he was in general chat of this N10 Discord server, which if you're not in, I would highly recommend joining. It's a great community of Nintendo
Oh,
lovers.
definitely. I'll link it down below in the description.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, so we're in general chat, and I'm like, yo, I really want to talk to this dude Link2. Like, I really admire his videos because I think he's so cool and so passionate about like the same things that I like. So I was like, yo, man, I like your videos, and like I just, you know, I'm a big fan of all the things you like. He's like, oh yeah, thanks. And we started talking. I think you were in there too. But we started talking for a long time. We kind of just sat there and talked for a long time about all things
he told me
Nintendo.
about that. Like, it was a really long conversation.
It was a good conversation about like favorite video games and like favorite Zelda games and all this. And we kind of just had this like really like nice and wholesome chat about like all of, like Nintendo and like our video game passions and loves. So after that, I was like, dude, this dude is really cool. And then he told me, or maybe I think this was a different time. I think this was after talking to him this was after talking to him for the first time. We talked for a little bit, or we talked for a good while actually. But then he was in general chat again, I think, or whatever. And I talked to him again. And at that point, he was telling me, yo, we're doing this thing N10 plus. We haven't really announced this yet, but we are trying to add members, and it's a battle between you and the Lits. And so I was like, oh man. And then he's like, yo, so basically, if you get a DM from me in the next like few days, that means you're an N10 plus and we want you. So I was like, yo. So from that point, I was constantly on Discord. I was on Discord just like checking my DMs, like, yo, like, what if I actually get to join? And he's like, yeah. So it's either you or the Lits. And then I see he DMs me one day and he's like, yo, I have an offer you can't refuse. Do you want to join N10 in the form of N10 plus? And I was like, no way. So I realized that they added me and the Lits at the same time, which is really cool. And that's, you know, that's how I got into N10 plus, and I was so happy, and you know, I'm so thankful that I was able to join and they believed in me. So I think that was really cool.
Yeah, man, no problem. Awesome. Like when we were talking about that, it was that night where you got accepted. We were like, we all were in a call, and I think actually, believe it or not, Miss Necotendo was there with us too. I think.
Oh wow, yeah.
I know, and she's rarely there, so it's definitely, you know, it's a really kind of big topic. But I was just saying, like, yo, Steph, he's got some clean stuff. He's got some nice. Guys, check out his channel. He's got some really nice thumbnails, some really nice editing in his videos. It's top-notch stuff. Actually, he made a couple of my thumbnails. He made the Splatoon 2 tournament one, and also the Night Sky and Radicals Bizarre Adventure one.
Yeah, and his banner.
Oh yeah, of course, my banner too. I can't forget about that. He made the majority of N10 on all their banners, pretty much. Which is honestly, it looks so clean every single time I look at them.
Thank you, man.
So yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, I was just saying, you had my vote like right away when we were discussing whether or not to add you or the Lits. And keep in mind, like, I made this decision based off of like, I don't know, like limited knowledge here. So
exactly, yeah.
So I'm actually happy that you're a part of N10 Plus, man. It's really cool to have you as part of this group. But yeah, I gotta be honest there. What's your opinion on Blue Suru?
Blue Suru, I've never talked to him in like a voice chat or anything. The only time I've ever had any, you know, real conversation with him was when he was typing in my stream chat once. It was like a few months ago. He was in my stream for whatever reason, and you know, he's known for being kind of dead and not really uploading that many videos. So yeah, I haven't really talked to him like in, you know, like on Discord with our actual voices. I just have seen him chat in my chat like once. So that's the only interaction I've ever had with him. But yeah, hopefully he comes back to making some videos, and hopefully he joins some voice calls more often, because I've never really talked to him.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But on the topic of N10 somewhat, let's talk about your YouTube channel. So you said you kind of got serious about it, was it last year?
It was around last year,
yeah.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, you know, this was around the time, this was actually almost exactly a year ago. About 11 months ago, I had seen the Nintendo Direct and this was the big one where they announced the Smash for Switch,
Oh
obviously.
yeah.
So this this direct goes out, and I'm like, yo, like, what if I made a reaction video? Like, YouTubers that I had watched, like C&D or whoever, they made reaction videos to the what's it called, the direct, and people love those videos. And I was like, yo, what if I do this? And I wasn't caring about views, and I wasn't thinking about like views and likes or whatever. I just wanted to do it because I love that stuff, and I wanted to see other people's reactions on the internet. And so because like in the past I had also like watched other videos, so I was like, why not do it myself?
Yeah.
So I put a video out for fun, not expecting it to get any views, because at that point I had like maybe 6 subscribers or whatever, like nothing. And so yeah, that video kind of got a little traction, and now it's at 22,000 views, which is absolutely insane.
Dude, that is insane.
So I did not expect that to kind of like pop off the way it did, but yeah, I'm actually really thankful that happened, because that got me a few subs, got me up to like 50 something or 60, and then from there I kind of just kept growing. But yeah, that video has like 22,000 views, and I was not expecting that at all. So that was my first first video. It wasn't like a real video, it's kind of like a reaction.
Yeah.
My first real video came about the time where I was September, October, when I was kind of making my way into N10 plus, where it was I made this video called my favorite upcoming Nintendo Switch games, and yeah, that was a fun video to make.
Yeah,
that was my first like real edited video that I posted.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, like, when it comes to reaction videos, people like look up, like, especially me, after like a huge direct or a huge announcement, what I do is like, as soon as that's done, I go like on YouTube and I'm like, okay, I want to see this person react to it. I want to see, like, for example, Etika. I want to see, like, he reacted to the recent direct.
Yeah.
And so like, and I love whenever he like freaks out about something, like on a stream or anything. It's really entertaining to watch, and that's why people do reactions, because they want other people to see how they like how they saw the same thing you saw, but in their eyes, basically. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
and also,
it's pretty cool.
I figured out I think the reason my video got so many views was because I like watching the reactions myself. So I was looking up reactions, and I saw these like compilations of like all these reactions at like the same time, and my videos were featured in some of the reactions.
Dude, no way!
It was so random. I have like a feature in like the most random like Smash reaction compilation videos.
Oh,
that are just, like,
that is so cool.
It's actually really cool, and it was really random too. I was not expecting to see my like face in there. I kind of was just like watching this video, surfing YouTube one night, and I just like saw my face within all these like other faces, like Etika and stuff. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy.
Besides like my main goal of like becoming big on YouTube, I wanted to get into a compilation of some sort.
Oh heck yeah, dude.
That honestly would like make my day if I see like either my face in the thumbnail or at least my clip. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah, that blew my mind, man. I was so confused.
Yeah, but yeah, YouTube's fun and all, and it's Nintendo, of course. Speaking of Nintendo, and speaking of this direct, I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about it. What do you think, honestly? I mean, I've seen your reaction. I'm pretty sure most of the people watching this have seen your reaction to it. But like, what do you think exactly?
I was happy about the direct. I know a lot of people, weren't that excited because they were expecting something along the lines of Animal Crossing news or Pokemon news.
Yeah.
But to be honest, what we got was pretty crazy. Like, first of all, they start right off the bat. They announced Super Mario Maker 2, which is a game that I really enjoyed on the Wii U, the first Super Mario Maker, of course. That was a really fun game that I had a lot of, fun times with. So starting off like that, I thought that was like really cool. So I know we got that. We got a bunch of other little things that people hadn't really like talked about that much. Like we're getting Deltarune for the Switch. I don't know how many people have played that, but I really enjoyed Undertale and Deltarune. I played a little of that, so that's really cool to be getting that on the Switch. We got some other games like Tetris 99, which I've been playing quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's like a battle royale.
I tried it for the first time a couple days ago, and of course I lost instantly because I suck at Tetris. But I know it's an interesting spin on the game. Like, well, the joke is these days that you can take any game and add battle royale to it, and it's an automatic hit.
Exactly.
I kind of think that's true, honestly. I mean, like, take a game like Tetris that's been around for years and
Exactly.
throw in like
Yeah.
a modern battle royale, and look, this is what you get: huge popularity from it.
Yeah, anything can be battle royale if you try hard enough.
But yeah, but you're right. Some of the titles I feel though weren't like the best, really, because like it was kind of, I wouldn't call it repetitive, but I, me and a couple of other people have coined the term like anime games or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like there's like a lot of like those kinds. I'm just like, those are cool, but
Exactly.
like they're not really like my type of thing. Like I was excited when they what was it? When they yeah, Super Mario Maker 2. Of course I was excited when they announced that thing. Honestly. I love Mario Maker so much. But then like the smaller things like what's it? Yeah, Deltarune, or when they said like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII's coming to Switch. I'm like, yes, those are good games.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
No, I get.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though, because there were a lot of those like anime type games all kind of thrown in at once. So you're like, yo, like what's happening? And then like, because I was watching like other people's reactions to it, and if you see like someone like Luke or someone who saw the final announcement of the direct, which you all know is obviously the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah.
It starts off with this like anime cutscene,
And he's like,
and
it's
people
just
are
another
mad.
anime game.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's more anime, and yeah, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, there were a lot of like anime-esque kind of titles thrown in, so that was a little interesting. So
Yeah. Also, like that one little thing, like I keep like cracking up about sometimes, is like right before they announce Link's Awakening, I think, uh, Koizumi's like, oh yeah, by the way, Bayonetta 3 is still in development. Just want to let you know it's still a game.
rip. Yeah, all the Bayonetta fans were a little disappointed. Like
Yeah.
Gabe, I saw he made a video on this. So
Yeah, I know. Well, and I know a lot of people, like I said, how thought the direct was really boring, especially like take for instance Radical. Like for he said for his reaction, like he was like, oh my gosh, I was falling asleep because this just was so boring.
yeah, I think people just had expectations because we all know Animal Crossing or something like that, a game along those lines has been announced, but we've had like very little information about the game.
Yeah,
Like if
and you
any.
expect to see that type of stuff with directs, and also, this is their first direct of the year. Like we
Oh yeah.
remember, we didn't get one in January at all, so people had really high expectations for this one, hoping that it would be an overview for. Well, it pretty much is an overview for the entire year, but more so go into games a little bit more deeply, like
No, yeah,
like
for
winter
sure.
titles and stuff like that. But there's always
Yeah.
still like the spring direct as well as E3. So
No, that's coming for sure.
yeah.
And I know I remember seeing Animal Crossing trending on Twitter that day, and I honestly think that Animal Crossing will be getting its own direct because that's such a big game that so many people are looking forward to. So I'm sure that'll get its own praise. I don't know. Maybe I think that's something that is possible.
That's actually, yeah, I agree with you on that because Animal Crossing is that type of game where you think it would get its own direct.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that's definitely a cool possibility. I really am happy that we're getting Animal Crossing though. I
Yeah,
love that
for sure.
game.
I love Animal Crossing.
Yeah. But then again, it's Nintendo, so they could throw a curveball up and say, "Oh yeah, we're delaying it till 2020," and we'll just be like, "Oh okay, thanks for telling
Yeah,
us."
exactly. Yeah, let's just hope that we get it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like, was it like last week with Cisco? We were talking about Metroid Prime 4 and how we don't know when that's coming out, and so
Yeah.
at this point, yeah, we still don't know. It's going to be a good couple of years, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, hopefully soon, man. I know there are a lot of
Most games that have like are pushed back because of development like issues or you want to fix it more, they turn out pretty well. At least that's what I think.
No, yeah, for sure. The more time they take with it, the better the game's gonna turn out.
I mean, that was the case with Zelda here. I mean, Breath of the Wild was fantastic, and
Oh yeah.
and that thing was like delayed for I don't know how many years, like a good
That was supposed to be
couple
on the
years.
Wii. That was supposed to be on the Wii U like early,
Yeah.
and that was very delayed. So
Yeah, but yeah, you never know. Games are fun. Nintendo games are always fun. N10
oh yeah, for
loves
sure.
Nintendo. So does the community. All that good stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. So I think that's all the time I got. I don't have any other questions to ask you, but do you want to say anything before we go?
No, man. Subscribe to Night Sky.
Oh
Great
yeah,
guy.
definitely. Yeah, of course you should definitely subscribe to me. But no, go subscribe to Steph here. He's got amazing content. Make sure you guys go check him out. Uh, don't really have anything else to say about that. But besides that, stay tuned for the next episode, which will happen next week. Once again, the guest is always a mystery until you watch it that day. So, yeah, I know you gotta be kind of in the loop there. But actually, last time I checked, we're almost done with N10, pretty much. So once I'm done with them and the N10 Plus members, we're gonna move on to some other Nintendo YouTubers and some special guests too. You never know who might show up in the SkyCast. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. So once again, thank you, Steph, for joining me for this. It was a pleasure to have you.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
So yeah, all right. I will catch you guys in the next one, and yeah. Okay, I guess I can't talk because I don't know how to end a video. All right, I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.